Hey there, Rob. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you guys can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. My name is Seleni McGregor, and I work with small business owners across the state of Utah. I'm actually based out of Utah County myself. So I put together a quick custom video for you about your online presence and specifically how you stack up against your competition. I'm sure at this point you're sitting there asking yourself, why would she be doing this and what's the catch? Well, that's a fair thought. Most local business owners are just too busy actually running their business, swamped with payroll, helping customers, answering questions, dealing with employees, and staying on top of jobs. And many times, learning how to leverage the internet to benefit their company just gets buried under all of the other to-dos. And let's be real, half the time the only reason they haven't hired somebody yet is because they don't know who to trust. And maybe if you have hired somebody, you're still wondering if they are truly an expert. And that's exactly why I make videos like this. I found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of actual things they can do to impact their business for free, it's resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hands and saying, hey, I like you, Seleni. Can you please just handle this for me? So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and you can see that I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, then shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan that I gave you and do it yourself, that totally works for me too. Now, let me show you 3 things that will set Shamrock Plumbing above your competition. The 3 things that we're going to cover today is first, content, second, citations, and third, backlinks. So first up here is content. Since Google isn't a human, it doesn't just know what you do. It needs to be told through your content. So content is basically anything here that you can see on your front page here that is highlighted. So this can include text, pictures, what the pictures are saved as, what's behind the pictures. That can all be considered content. So to give you an example here, let's go to one of your images. If we right click, save as, we can see what this image is saved as. As you can see here, this is just a generic like stock photo name of whatever it came as downloaded. So instead, a great way to leverage this would be using high volume location specific keywords, just including them in the detailed image descriptions here. That would be a great way to help boost content. Again, all of these things are what Google bots are able to read and basically get an idea of what the business is, what services you offer, the area you're targeting, and that's going to position you here in the search ranking. The goal is having unique and authoritative content. You need to have enough of it to add in keywords and key phrases that people are going to be searching for in Google for someone to find the services that you offer. Most business owners know that they need content, but they don't know that in order to rank #1 on Google for plumbing, the average content count is 1,500 to 2,400 words on your homepage. Again, while making sure that it contains the right keywords and phrases that people are actually searching for in Google. When I copied and pasted your content here into one of my tools, a content counter, it looks like your website's ranking around 983 words here on your homepage. Now, one of your top competition here in the area in Salt Lake as well, Mill Creek Plumbing, they're not sitting too far ahead of you, just over 1,000 words of content on theirs as well. Super beatable to be able to increase and beat them out on content, especially if you're using the right keywords here. Now, we're going to go over into one of my tools here called Ahrefs. It's a really cool tool. It typically costs a couple $100s per month if you guys would go out and get this for yourself. But it essentially gives me behind-the-scenes details that Google is looking at when it comes to ranking a site. And we can get a pretty good idea of what's working well for you and for your competition. So running a quick scan here for your competitor, we can initially see this overview of how they are doing. We can see how many keywords they have in their content there on their website, and we can see about how much traffic their website is pushing each month. Now we're going to actually dive over here into their keywords so we can see the exact keywords that they are ranking for and what your customers are actually searching for every month. So as you can see here, it looks like a lot of their top rankings here are for, I'm going to just position this or filter this for position. You can see here their top spots, basically 1 to 3 here. I want to pay attention to the position and then the volume column and then the keyword. So volume is how many times it is being searched every single month. I want to point out a couple of these higher ones that I really noticed. They're between 2nd and 3rd position here for Plumbers Salt Lake City. That's got 1,700 searches every single month. This one, Third position, plumber, Salt Lake City, 2,200 searches every single month. This one, Salt Lake City plumber, 810. Salt Lake plumber, 500. Salt Lake plumbers, 410. You can see here, there's a ton of volume of these specific keywords that people are actually searching for in Google every single month. Now we're gonna jump over here into your company. We're gonna see the same type of overview. We can see that you have how many keywords that you've got on your website. You've got a lot for 2,500 keywords there, and what type of traffic that your website is bringing in, which these numbers look really great, kind of seeing in the overview here. Now, if we dive in specifically to your keywords, let's take a look at what type of terms you are searching for here. So we're going to hurry and filter this position column. You can see here, you're ranking number 1 in a lot of key terms, tons. And then it goes down from that page. However, one thing that I want to point out is looking at the type of keywords that we're seeing here and the kind of volume that we're driving. There are some with decent volume here. I mean, 200 searches every month, great volume, but they're looking for something, do water heaters use gas? Some of those people might convert to customers, but more often than not, it's probably just an information database there. Looking at a lot of your keywords that you're ranking highest for, it does appear that a lot of these are more like question answer based. I think when I looked at your traffic from more like a blog standpoint, as far as your actual like homepage and services, it doesn't appear to be very many with actual like buyer intent keywords. Now, if we actually search in specifically Salt Lake City here, I'm just doing a quick search. I don't see anywhere here that you're ranking in the top for anything Salt Lake City. Nothing was found on this page. Just for kicks and giggles, let's jump over to the second page where you're ranking number 4 and down to number 9. Let's research that for Salt Lake City. So I do see here that you're showing up 9th position, commercial plumber Salt Lake City with 20 search volume every month. 9th position, similarly, commercial plumbing Salt Lake City, 30. So plumbers, plumbing there. So you are searching for or having some keywords that are applicable to the Salt Lake City area. Just wanted to kind of point out how your competitors are beating you. They're looking at the keywords that people are actually searching for here. And that would make a huge difference. Can you imagine what these extra thousands of people searching for those terms would do when they are hitting your company instead? So that was something I thought was really interesting just to look at that way. Now we're actually going to kind of shift gears here, and we are going to hop on over into Google here. Handy dandy Google. So when we type in one of those really high volume keywords, again, plumber Salt Lake City, I think that was the one that was around 2,200 searches every single month. This is what first pops up. So first of all, you can always see the ads section. Here's the thing about ads. Ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if your website isn't dialed in, or like if customers are using an ad blocker. So just be really careful to not burn through your money with Google Ads until you know for sure that your site will convert. So we're actually going to jump down here below the ad section. We're going to jump into this area. This is the coveted map pack. Sorry, I kind of shifted gears when I scrolled there. The coveted map pack. So over here, this has a lot to do with the second important thing we're going to talk about, which is citations. You're probably asking yourself, what is a citation? Why do they matter? Well, those are great questions. So this is called the Google Map Pack. I'm sure you've seen it. You've probably even used this section, and maybe you've even thought to yourself, how in the world can I get my business up on here? And that's a great question. And that's about what I'm to show you. So to get yourself on the top 3, the number one thing that Google looks at is a thing called citations. Well, what is a citation? Citations are actually super simple. They are just your business's name, address, and phone number listed on a bunch of online directories like these. Yelp, Yellow Pages, City Star, so on. They just need to match your Google listing exactly. Having citations like these helps Google to be able to verify you, and they give relevance to your business. So to push yourself up to the top 3 spots here on the map pack, you just need to increase your citation game. When you get more citations than your competitor, especially citations from authoritative and industry-specific websites, your credibility will boost and you'll gain more trust from Google, therefore pushing you to the top above your competition. So you might be asking yourself, great, but how do I actually do that? Well, there are paid tools like WhiteSpark or Bright Local that'll tell us exactly what directories your competition is listed on. Then we can go match what directories they're on. But we don't want to just match them. We want to dominate them. We've seen with most plumbing companies that are ranked at the top, they usually probably have around 200 citations. So if you're pushed down below, maybe on the second or third page, maybe you only have 30 to 40 citations. So we not only need to go get those citations to match them, but then we need to beat them online. Now, let's talk about the last thing that I want to cover with you today, which is backlinks, often called link juice. This is the third pillar, and it's really going to help you dominate on Google. So again, when we search for that term, plumber Salt Lake City, if we scan down below the ads section, below the map pack section, down here we get the organic listing section. And here you can see that your site is not ranked number 1 or 2 or 3 or anywhere here on the home page. Here's the thing, we want to be here. We want to be in this top section. Google statistics have shown that the top 3 businesses on Google get about 75% of the clicks, meaning that most of your potential customers are going to choose one of these first 3 results and are never making it to your listing to get there. So you need to be able to beat out your competition in every aspect. You need authority. So how do you get authority? Well, this is where the backlinks come into play. Simply put, a backlink is when one website links to another website online. The easiest way to think about link juice or backlinks is to think about it like a popularity contest back in high school. You want the coolest, most popular kid to be recommending you. So in this popularity contest, the business with the most relevant link juice or authority wins. And I say relevant because not all backlinks are created equal. So you're a plumber, right? Well, you wouldn't want a backlink from an ice cream shop linking back to you because you guys don't churn ice cream. Although that'd be tasty, that backlink would be kind of useless to you. But having a backlink from a local blog or industry site linking back to you, that would be much more effective. So let's jump back in here over again to my tool. Let's jump back into the overview, and we can actually see that you have 279 backlinks on your website and giving you some link juice. That's not bad. It's actually a really great start, but it's not dominating. If we jump over here to your competitor here again, they've got only 125 backlinks. So again, you might be questioning, well, I've got more than them. Shouldn't I be beating them in the rankings and being found more than they are? But here's the thing. They have more strong and relevant links. You can beat out with way fewer links if you have more strong, relevant links. Quality over quantity here. Again, how do we get these? We can actually click on here in the tool, and we can see the exact links that they have. We can go out and get those same links for your business. Again, very beatable with time. Getting you to the top of Google, it's not magic. It's just a tried and true method, and I've shown you that exact method today. So again, the 3 things that you can do today to grow your online presence. First, focus on your content. Getting that homepage to the 1,500 words using those right keywords and key phrases that people are actually already searching for in your Salt Lake City area. That way your company gets found. Second, increasing your citations. The more of these that you have placed on the online directories, that'll help beat out your competition by a landslide. And then finally, just making sure that you guys are getting more relevant, strong sources of backlinks. That way you show Google that you are the authority. If you implement these strategies today, you can be number 1 across Google. Now, I know how tough the market is, and I know how dependent small businesses are on third-party companies like Angie's List. I also know how painful it is to pay for leads that are shared amongst your competitors. What I've shown you today gives you control over your leads and an actionable plan, having clients come straight to your door without a broker in between. So I'm sure you're wondering, well, what now? Well, you have a few options. If you feel like you cannot handle any more clients every month, then that's absolutely fair. Just send me a quick note saying that you watched the video. Tell me your thoughts about it. I'd really appreciate your feedback. On the other hand, if you're ready to grow, you can take this blueprint and implement these 3 strategies on your very own today. I gave you the exact formula that businesses pay tons of dollars to have, and it's all yours to help your company. Now, if you found this information valuable and you're one of those business owners to still raise their hands for the most effective route, simply respond to this email. We'll set up a time to chat and dive deeper into your specific situation, see what I can do to help your business. Again, my name is Seleni, and I look forward to your email. Thanks so much and have a good day.